News.mc on Monaco Info is brought to you by Monaco Legend Properties. Our exclusive interview with the personalities making the Principality.
My name is Graham Halsall from Estates Monaco. I was born in the UK and I lived in the UK all my life until I was 58. Then early 2000, I went to live in Hong Kong. My brother and I had a family toy business. And in the toy business, everybody was buying domestically from us in the UK. But everything, as you know, is made in China. So we had to have a presence in Hong Kong. So I went out in the early 2000 to run our Hong Kong office, buying office and a selling office. And I lived there till 2013. But when I left the UK in 2000, I gave up everything in the UK. I sold my property, have no bank account there. So I became a legal resident of Hong Kong. During the holidays, I used to come down to the south of France because I sold my property in the UK in the Lake District. So I bought a very nice house in Cap d'Aille. And I thought, when I retire, I'm going to come and live here. So I've had the house in Cap d'Aille for over 20 years. I retired to France in 2012. And you can only spend 6 months of the year in France. So I had a property in Phuket, in Thailand. I used to go there regularly from Hong Kong. And I had a property in Miami. So I used to go away for the winter. Then after about a year, I got a bit fed up of going away. I like Monaco. I was in the property business in England and a little bit in Hong Kong. And Hong Kong is very like Monaco. It's a concrete jungle. And I became a resident here in 2013. And then I got the Marchand de Biens license in 2015. And I've never looked back. I came to Monaco in the early 90s because a very good friend of mine was in the motor business and he was a friend of Bernie Ecclestone. So we used to come down here every year for the Grand Prix. And then even when I was in Hong Kong, I came down here and I thought, this is the place where I want to be when I retire. And the first property I bought here in Monaco, I think was about 2002. I was still living in Hong Kong. I was a French resident, but my banker here introduced me to a very good agent in Monaco and he sold me the first property. It's safe here. And from fiscal reasons, it's quite good because I lived in Hong Kong and I didn't want to go back to the UK. And the location here is fantastic. You can drive to Italy in an hour. You've got Nice Airport up the road. You can fly anywhere in the world. I love the weather. In Hong Kong, we had good weather all year round. Okay, July and August, it's a bit hot, but the rest of the year, it's very pleasant, Everything works here, The only thing that's expensive here is the property, but the cost of buying a motor car, the restaurants, it's all very reasonable, It's quite a unique place, that's how I'd describe it. The real estate in Hong Kong is very expensive. It's a concrete jungle, and Hong Kong is a very special place. Hong Kong is a place where you work hard and you play hard. And if you're not working, you get the hell out. When I decided to retire, I was very happy to leave, Monaco can be very busy at times, but you don't have to travel far to be outside, Basically, in the property business here, I just buy and sell apartments that need renovation. Somebody may have lived in the apartment for 30, 40 years. They died, and I like to buy the property in a good location. And when I first started the property business here, I just bought studios. And in those days, people get a residency with a studio. It's now changed. So after about 18 months or 2 years, I started to branch out to 2-room apartments and 3-room apartments. And then a very good friend of mine said, Graham, you should only invest in the corridor. You go elsewhere, it's cheaper, but it's very difficult to resell, And I've taken that advice and I just tried to keep to the niche places, I changed the floors, the windows, electricity, the plumbing. So we start from scratch. It's very difficult now to find the good properties. And the key, I think, to my success or other people who are successful is doing good quality renovation. There's no point in doing anything that's cheap. The people coming to Monaco have got money and they want quality, and they'll pay for it. This is my strategy. When you look at all the statistics, it's obvious that the property market here is okay, but the people coming here now, they want bigger properties. They don't want studios or 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom. They want big family apartments. That's why The extension is very interesting because most of the apartments are minimum of 500 square metres, like the Petite Africa. And that's what people want today, I think. And I think the problem at the moment is that there aren't many big properties, and most people that come and live here, I always say that you should rent first to get to know the place, the area. But at the moment, there's very few properties to rent, So I think the extension is very good for Monaco. This last 12 months, until we went on the grey list, the market has been very slow. And to be fair, we've had a very good 2 or 3 years up until the middle of last year. In September last year, people were feeling the interest rate hikes because we've been spoilt with interest rates. People feeling the interest rate hike. Then we had the unfortunate Israel war. Everybody felt they had to be careful. Same in England, And the world economy, in some respects, is good. Other respects, it's not so good. So the market actually has been very slow here. And then the day we went on the grey list, that was interesting because I think people realised that there's no more bad news, We're on the grey list now and we'll get off it one day. That the market since that day has been quite good because, to be fair, for the first 6 months this year, there were very, very few transactions. And then from July the 1st, all of a sudden, people decided to buy because they were waiting, I think we all have to be very careful. But I think if you buy the good property in the good building, I always say, what's expensive today is cheap tomorrow. There's a number of people that live in France that wanting to buy property in Monaco if it shows a good rental yield. They do that from a tax perspective because when they pass away, they can pass on the Monaco property inheritance tax-free. That's quite useful. But obviously, as you said earlier, the return is not good, but it's a safe asset, I think. And there's a lot of people I know that want to buy small properties for their children, so they have something in Monaco because the rental is always quite positive, At the moment, there's no inheritance tax or capital gains tax, but who knows? Things could change, We don't get many Americans coming here. They're taxed on their worldwide income. So I think a threat to Monaco is if Switzerland and England said, right, you live in Switzerland, you have a British passport or a Swiss passport. If you leave the country, you're going to be taxed on your worldwide income. That could be a problem for Monaco. I think since the Brexit, at the beginning, people didn't really know what was going to happen. People from England want to come and live here. They sell their businesses. Before they sell their businesses, they move here. And I think a lot of people come here. They may have property just outside, I think Monaco offers a lot, really, I like motor cars. I like driving. I think the Porsche is a great car for every day. But in Monaco, I have one of these new electric theatre baths. And it is nearly as quick. It's as quick as the Porsche. You can park it anywhere. The Monaco government give you a rebate on it if it's under 50,000. So it's all quite useful. I have a Ferrari as well. I like Ferrari. Porsche is a great car, everyday car, But the Ferrari is a special car. I mean, the dealer, when he sold me the Ferrari, I said, I don't know if I'll enjoy this. He said, Graham, you treat it as a toy. And then you just drive it occasionally. It's a lovely car, but the Porsche is also a very good car. British cars and Jaguar are very good. And Bentley, of course, Bentley's a very good car, but that's owned by BMW now. I like Gaia, I like the Automobile Club, and I'm a member of the Yacht Club. In Monaco, when they built the Yacht Club, I said to my friends, this is a great platform for Monaco. So if you have a friend coming to Monaco, take them to the Yacht Club for lunch. And it's an amazing place. And I think the same about Amazonica. You go to that restaurant, the service is good. They make it look very in keeping, with the Amazon. And you're just around the corner from Mirabeau or Florida's, So to be honest with you, I don't have too many hobbies. I enjoy working, because if I stop working, I know people that sell their businesses in the late 30s, they come down here in the early 40s, and it goes to the head sometimes, And I say to people, the best time to come and live here is probably after you're 50 or 60, I have quite a good lifestyle, to spend money, you have to earn money, I like to go to Thailand because I used to have a house there, and I go to Florida and the Caribbean, but in the summer, I like to spend the time here because there's nowhere better than the Côte d'Azur. And my family live in England, so I go over there once or twice a month to see them. Most of my competitors were here well before I was here, maybe 10, 20 years earlier, and they've all made a lot of money. And I think some of them now, they're not so interested in the business because there's new restrictions in place with money val, the stamp duty's going up, and the interest rates are higher, and the construction costs are higher. So it's not going to be very easy going forward. The main thing I do a good renovation. And to be fair, my competitors do the same thing. I learned a lot from my competitors, who I'm also friendly with as well. But some people now, they're older than me, they may not be so interested going forward, you know. One of my very good friends that lived here, they used to go for lunch once a week, and they asked all their friends from England, and then Tony set up the Tuesday lunch club, and it's still going today. So we all go to Avenue 21 on a Tuesday for lunch, all English people, you know, all guys, and we all have good fun, you know. They do a very good lunch, red wine, white wine, rosé, and sometimes it can go on till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And also, I'm a member of the Crema, and that is a very good club. That's near Cipriani in the Mirabeau, and that's very good for newcomers coming here because they have many events and they have a cocktail party once a week. This is what I like about Monaco, you know. There's not too much activity, but the activity that they lay on is very good, you know. I have a boat. I have a day boat. I like going out on the boat. We go to Cannes, Saint-Tropez, and yesterday we were out on the boat with my grandchildren because they like to go diving in near Cap Ferrat and see the fishes, take some bread, feed the fishes, and then we go sometimes to Italy on the boat. Having a day boat here is great fun, you know, but I'm not the sort to go have a bigger boat and sleep on it, you know. I like to be on the land at night. I think they're from everywhere in the world. I just sold a property recently to a gentleman from Turkey, another gentleman from Switzerland. You know, people from Switzerland want to come here now. I'm not sure why, maybe fiscal reasons. And I sold to quite a few Russians as well, but those Russians have been living here. And the people from the UAE are starting to come here. Not many people from Hong Kong or China or India or Africa, but Middle East people are starting to come here. The Americans are coming over here to buy, but they don't buy in Monaco, as I said earlier, but they're coming to France. So this area is very appealing for a lot of reasons. There's one or two from Canada coming, but I don't know what the fiscal laws are there, but there's one or two Canadians coming here. And I think a lot of people like to come here, as you said earlier, when you go to Casino Square at the weekends, there's a lot of people coming here from Italy. They just come for the weekend, you know. They don't live here, but they come here for the experience.
That's all for today. Thank you for watching News.mc, your English rendezvous on Monaco Info. Discover more interviews and stories on our websites, news.mc and monacoinfo.com. This show was brought to you by Monaco Legend Properties.